Good morning, friends. How are you on this Tuesday? I hope you had a great Monday yesterday. You started your week off with a very productive day, and I hope today is the same. Getting ready today, wearing blues today, blues and crimson red. Love this color combination. It is just a great combination because it's so different in the two color palettes. I have just put on my primer. It's my e.l.f. primer, and I've done my brows, and now we're going to put on some of this e.l.f. Foundation that I am using, giving it a try for another day. I think it's important when you try something new that you give it at least a couple of days of experimentation before you make a real determination that you're going to keep it in your collection, or you're not, you're going to discontinue it. So just giving it another opportunity today. Listening to the news this morning, and I just find it so incredibly disappointing in our society today that our law enforcement is just not supported, right? And we have community after community that has dangerous people in it, illegal aliens from the Biden administration still, that are causing havoc for those citizens, and the local authorities are just not getting it done. They're just not getting it done. And so because they're not getting it done, they leave no choice but for the federal government to go in and make sure that these cities and these states and the people in them are safe. And yet they complain about it, and they say that it's all these ridiculous excuses that there's, that it's not happening when it's happening. You can see it. It's just, I just don't, for the life of me, I'm just astounded at how it doesn't matter what this administration would do. It wouldn't matter if this administration found a cure for every single disease. Every single person in America was financially stable. Every single American that wanted a job could find a job. It wouldn't matter what this president and his administration did. The people on the left would find a way to discourage it and belittle it, criticize it, whatever you want to say. And it doesn't matter what their conduct or what they do to cause this. There's never any accountability on their side. And they waste so much time on all of this stuff that the American people are the ones that pay for it. And I'm just so tired of all of the antics that go on with no accountability. Using this blush that I found from e.l.f., and I'm putting it straight on my foundation here. I'm blending it, and then I'm going to use my powder as a way to sort of blend it in As you can see, it's pretty intense. It's a beautiful color, but it is pretty intense for sure. So we are going to just sort of blend that out, and then we are going to use our powder to blend and soften it, soften the lines around it. So we're going to use our loose setting powder, Laura Mercier. We're going to go straight on top of that. And really blend that application into and soften it. Doing up under the brows too. All right. Using a combination of my Laura Mercier, which I love, as you guys know, and the e.l.f. powder that I found, which is translucent, which is also really a nice product, really nice product. Okay, I got some pretty significant bags under my eyes. I'm going to use some of that powder, and we're just going to come in right in here and try to do a little bit of cover up right under here. Probably should have put some concealer on this morning, but I didn't. All right. Now, I'm going to be using a pencil this morning. It is one of these Davis pencils from Amazon. And we're going right to the lash line. Top and bottom. Beautiful color, that beautiful Davies eye pencils from Amazon. Great deal. I got I want to say there was 15 or 20 in the packet, and it was less than $20, so it's a, you know, really great buy. Inexpensive, but a really nice set of eye pencils. Okay, I am using my Euphoria palette today from the dollar store. I will show it to you in just a second. And I am using a neutral light color on the rest of the brow area all the way up to the brow itself. And then I'm picking up an even lighter color, and we're just going to cover up and blend this pencil. By doing this, we are locking that pencil, the color, with a powder so it lasts all day and it doesn't diffuse away. This is Euphoria, and it is by Profusion, and you can get it at the dollar store. Beautiful colors. I'm now going to use this color for some transitional definition. Use a smaller fluffy brush, and I'm just getting a little bit on the brush, and we're just coming right up in here and adding just a little bit of definition color right here. Beautiful. All right, and then get some lips on today. I'm just going to use a gloss today. This is just a over-the-counter lip gloss that I found. I don't even know where I found it, but it's got sort of a crimson-y color to it. It picks up the color in my shirt. It's a little bit of a burgundy accent, and it goes really well. It goes really good with this blue. Just blending that blush down a little bit more, and then we are going to get to curl these lashes. How we start this, remember, is we put it on, push it up, and then clamp down your curl. So you want to push the lid backwards to expose. So put it on the lid, push it up, and then push it back upwards, which will expose the bottom side of your lashes. So you can really get a good coating starting way down here at the bottom side of each lash. And then we're going to do the same here. We're going to start at the very bottom. This is L'Oreal Panorama in black, this product. One of my favorites, of course. And just looking underneath so I can make sure that I'm really getting to the bottom here. And another coat over here. A couple of you have asked me what that noise is in the background, and that is my fish tank. That you hear, that dripping sensation, that is directly behind me. That's the filter that you're hearing. Oops, I made a mistake there, so we need to pick up a harder brush. Get that out of there before it sets. And then down to the bottom. This is a really nice wand because it is really hard, so when you are, there's not very much flexibility in it, so it really does help control your application, especially in tighter areas or at the bottom lash line, or like over here, for example, in this corner. For me, it is easier to control that way when there's no give in the wand, where it's not bending. It's a much easier application, and I have a much greater control over where I'm actually placing the product than an applicator that is soft or has flexibility in it. Of course, just my preference, you know, but for me, it just works better when I have an applicator that's much harder and stiffer. And I do like this one for that reason, and I do like the fact that it has a smaller tip. I'm not poking myself as I apply because it is a smaller tipped wand. All right, let's see how we did here. I did use a little bit today, I forgot, of this nude color right under in here, P-A-L-L-A-D-I-O. I used a little bit of that today, and we're going to use a little bit of our gel here on our brows. Keep those in place. Just what frustrates me about our current situation in this country is, you know, I get it. There's a lot of people that don't like the president. Believe me, I get it. I wasn't a fan of his either. But he is the only one that puts us first, the American people, over everything else. And just imagine how much better our country would be in the position it would be in today if our other leadership were, if they were reasonable individuals, just reasonable. I'm not asking them to like him. I'm not asking them to be best friends. I'm just asking and saying if they would cooperate like professionals, like the elected officials that we elected to send to Washington to work on our country. Just imagine how much better off the American people would be today if our leaders would cooperate. Just cooperate. Like the representatives that they're supposed to be. Just imagine how much better things would be. How much time has been lost and wasted for hate and division and loathing. It just drives me crazy that we, the American people, are put in this position because others can't learn to work with each other. And we suffer because of it. And I just don't have any time for it. People would be alive if they would learn to work together. You know? And it just, there's no excuse for it at all. Blues today. Blues and crimson. I didn't use a lot of crimson except right here in the lip today. I used the blue around, down on the lid, down on the, what am I trying to say? I outlined with the blue today.
When in the country illegally, they're coming too.
What happened?
Charlotte drawing national attention this summer after 20.
And then I used this new really beautiful e.l.f. blush, liquid blush. You got to be careful with this. You do not need a lot. A little goes a long way. And I used the Profusion Cosmetics Euphoria palette. There's 10 in the palette. Great buy at the dollar store. That's it today, everyone, on this terrific Tuesday. Make it a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Get out there and hit your Grand Slam today, whatever it is that you are working on. And we'll see you then.